On this episode of Performance TV, we've got a 65 Fastback Mustang skeleton and a peel-off paint that will amaze you. Kathy has an all-natural auto detailing solution, and finally a product to keep those flat spots off your tires. All of this coming right up.
Welcome to this week's Performance TV. What's more iconic than a 65 Fastback Mustang? Well, unless you have a small fortune, you're probably not going to find one in very good condition. And if you're lucky enough to find one in a barn, in a field, it's going to need a lot of restoration. So that's going to cause a lot of work, and you don't have much to start with. Well, I'm with Nathan from Thoroughbred International.
Good seeing you again.
Good to see you. Now, you have a complete replacement skeleton for the 65, 66 Mustang. This took a lot of work and a lot of engineering.
Which we developed here. About 3.5 years ago, we started this project. And what we did, we took the iconic Mustang Fastback and made components for it and came up with replacement skeletons. So our skeletons are direct replacement. And what they do is you can take our skeleton, attach it to any old Mustang 65, 66 and have a Fastback. Meaning that if you have a rusted out clip, you can put this whole skeleton on there, weld it together, you have a brand new car.
Right, it makes the restoration a whole lot easier than trying to do all the body work, trying to get one back. Plus, you can make a hot rod out of this. You make a race car out of this. You're not going to cut up an original car to make a race car out of it. You can start off with this and make a race car.
Which makes this really nice too. The racing people, the vintage racing, they take one of these, they tub them out, put a custom suspension on them, take them racing. If they wreck them, guess what? It's not a Shelby going around the track.
That's true. And you know, you're not going to find one of these in good shape. So this is about your only solution to
a rust-free beginning.
Yeah, to restore one in good condition. This is the only option, and yours is by far superior on the market right now.
Oh yeah, what we did here with this Fastback is we developed everything in the United States. So it's all USA engineered, all USA fixtured, CNC fixtured, all spot welded. And what we've done is we went to Dearborn actually, went through the archives at Ford, and got all the tolerances. And what we did is this is probably the most reverse engineered complex car there is. There's over 400 pieces in this body shell. The fixtures, what they do is they hold the car where it should be when it's welded. So everything is precision, spot welded together.
Right, because to make the car right, it has to be square. And so having the points to go off of, making the body square, making the whole skeleton square, it's going to make the job a whole lot easier.
Yeah, correct. And what we did to get it square was, so went back to the factory blueprint, and we reverse engineered the fixtures from the assembly line photos.
Right. Now, you sell the main skeleton. You also sell the body panels, the doors, everything to kind of go with it. You can buy those individually, or you can buy a complete shell,
Yes,
right?
you can buy a complete shell.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a fender for your car, let's say your skeleton's okay, but you need a fender. You have fender replacements. You have a little bit of everything, and you can buy this all one piece or separate.
Oh yeah, we can do anything you want here with this. We can sell you the half of the car that's on the left here, the driver's side, say you got wreck side swipe. We can sell you that whole replacement piece. Or we can sell you the whole kit here assembled, different seat risers we can add in, different wheel tubs. We can put a 69 floor in it, so for transmission clearance issues, we can put dual exhaust brackets in it, reinforce the whole car.
I mean, there's a multitude of options on this. Let's talk to Kathy and see what some of those are.
Well, Tommy, you're right. This does have a ton of features and options. But John, before we see any of this come together, you got to start off with the floor being right.
Correct. The floor which we make at our place has to be level and square. That's the key to the whole body shell program. If that's messed up, then the rest of nothing works. Okay.
You know, and I heard them mention 400 pieces.
400 pieces, of which about 30% are made in the U.S. in Youngstown, Ohio, where our shop's at.
When we get up front, we start looking here. We can get the car a couple of, actually more than a couple of different ways.
Right, a couple of different ways is correct. We saw a clipster which comes without the front end. Okay, they can put if there's a clipster or the dog house is good shape, they can attach it to it. We also, when we built this structure, this is the most complex part of the whole car. We have 20 different points we attached to hold these panels in places here. When we first started this, the driver's side was very, very difficult to do. The stuff that comes from Taiwan is made too short and all messed up, so we had to reconstruct everything. Some of the options we have available for these cars is we have different, you have the stock shock towers,
Right.
okay? If you want to put a bigger engine in, we could make it shock tower delete, or we have those shock towers over there which are made for the car, which you could also put in there for a bigger engine. The car that we manufactured for this, or assembled for the SEMA show, we used those shock towers and we put a 700 horsepower engine in the vehicle that was at the show.
You know, that's something else that you mentioned, seeing you at SEMA, and you guys have, this isn't the only car, and I also hear that there is a convertible.
There's a convertible we do. We've done about 5 of them so far we've built. The parts are coming in for those. We also do the Bronco. We just assembled that and have it for sale as of the 1st of January. And then next year, in June, we'll have the 67 Fastback, and the convertible will be in the fall of 2015.
Wow, you know, and with all the things that you can do, whether you want to take it to the street, whether you want to race it, you just want to put it together and drool over it, whatever you want to do, tell you what, this is a great way to go, starting off with something that's rust-free and put together right. Find out more about their entire line and everything that they may have coming up soon. Just hop on their website at thoroughbredgt.com, and we'll have more Performance TV right after this. And this is nice where you guys put this together.
This edition of Performance TV, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. AMS, because we care. Clamp Tight, the clamp making tool. Arc Audio, the brand professionals use. And by Economax, get better performance from your engine.
Welcome back to Performance TV. I don't know about you, but you know, sometimes it changed my mind about what color I wish my car was. Yeah, it would be so nice if I could just change it without having to go to the paint shop and spend thousands and thousands of dollars. And we brought Fonzie in here from dipyourcar.com. You're telling me that I could do something like this at home.
What you're looking at right here is basically a removable car paint. You can use it on any part of your car. The entire car, the grills, the emblems, the wheels, pretty much anything. What Dip Your Car does is gives the regular, average person total control over how they want their car to look.
And there's tons of different colors and finishes.
Right, we've got matte, we've got satin, we've even got a gloss finish, and we've got pearls as well. So basically you're looking at an entire array of over 150 different colors and finishes.
Wow, and I'm liking the sound of that. You say it's pretty easy to do.
It's very easy to do, and what I can actually do is a demonstration for you if you like.
Sure, let's go. Well, Fonzie, even though we're going to be dipping this wheel with a single can, you have a whole sprayer kit and everything, like if we wanted to do the car.
Yeah, we actually have different kits specifically for each application. So if we're going to be doing an emblem or some trim, we have an emblem kit for that. If we're going to do a set of wheels, we have our wheel kit. And then for the big one, for the whole car, we have the Pro Car Kit. And all of them include everything you need from A to Z, from the masking materials to the respirator, the product to actually prep and get the car and the wheels clean and ready to go. And of course, the gallons, the spray cans, and a spray gun as well.
Well, you mentioned prep, and that's something that we've already been able to take care of on the wheel using this product here.
Yeah, that's our pre-dip spray, and if we were going to be dipping this wheel right now, basically what we'd want to do is make sure it's perfectly dry and perfectly clean. So we use the pre-dip spray on a microfiber towel and just make sure it's perfectly dry. And what the Plasti-Dip's going to do is it's going to peel off the rubber on your wheel. However, if your wheel or your tire's a little bit dry, you can just use a little bit of tire shine along there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our first coat on, and our first coat's just going to be a light tack coat to give the coating something to stick to. You're just going to focus on each edge of the car.
Fairly simple. Talk about changing the color of your wheels real quick.
So that's all it's going to do. You're going to try and hit every single surface of the wheel there. You're going to let that dry, and we're going to come back and put 2 or 3 more coats on.
How long do you usually let that dry in between?
Depending on the temperature, anywhere between 8 to 15 minutes.
Okay, so once we get it on, it's looking pretty easy, but you told me that, you know, taking the color off the car and everything was pretty easy to change. Can you really show me how it's done?
It is easy. Let's go take a walk back to the
Oh,
lobby.
it works for me. Okay, Fonzie, well, what I want to see is you go ahead and peel the stuff off the car. Whoa! Wow, now you would never know to the outside to see that this car was originally white. That's the original factory white paint. but blue now. I bet it's been some other colors before.
Yeah, this car has been over 10, 12 colors in its lifetime.
That's just amazing. Talk about being able to change your mind. Well, what I want you to see you do is to peel this. Now, you said it was pretty easy.
Yeah, basically what you're going to do, as long as it was applied properly, it's going to peel off nice and easy. So you're just going to work one of the edges back, and then you're just going to start peeling it off.
Holy cow. Check that out. That is super easy.
Yep, you're just going to work your way around the car, one panel at a time.
Oh, check that out. Well, you know what? This is definitely cool.
Basically, if you had enough guys, you could have this entire car peeled in just about 15 minutes, as long as it was applied properly.
Well, you've shown me how cool that is to peel it off, and definitely comes off easy. We've got our other wheel that was already done, and sprayed with the same color, but if you can put it on wheels, I guess it must be pretty durable, even though it peels off easy.
Yeah, actually, this is one of our other Mustang wheels. This has the appropriate 5 coats minimum on it. And you got to remember that this car is fully dipped, the wheels are fully dipped, and I drove it all the way up from South Florida, behind the big trucks, going through the bugs.
Yeah,
it's
bugs.
Extremely durable. You should get at least 3 years out of it in one application.
And running it through car wash and anything like that?
Just as, if you give it about a week to cure, you can run it through a car wash, hand wash, you can even power wash it up to 2,000 PSI.
What about salt in the northern states?
It's a great question. Actually, a lot of people up north use this specifically for protection during the winter seasons.
Hey, I like that. Dipyourcar.com, and you can dip your car in all different kinds of colors. Just check out their website, and we'll have more up next here on Performance TV.
Performance TV, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
Welcome back to Performance TV. You can keep your vehicles, your hot rods, your motorcycles looking good and staying clean, and do so without, messing up the environment. Do so eco-friendly, and that's the line of products we have here with Nature Shield. Brought Nate in to tell us, how did you come up with this product line and why?
Well, the product line actually evolved because of the concern for our detailers. We ran 12 detail shops, 53 detailers, cleaned thousands of cars a month, and we noticed that the products we were using were damaging the vehicles. It started making us more concerned about what they were doing to our detailers.
Sure.
And so we looked for safer, healthier options.
Right. Well,
and this is where it started.
And starting right with the car wash. Now, this is a good pH balanced car wash, and everything here is like a water base.
Yes. Water-based all-purpose cleaner degreaser. It's highly concentrated, doesn't burn, doesn't mess up the vehicle parts. We have a non-acid wheel and tire cleaner, which we're really proud of. It does a great job, and you don't need to wash hydrofluoric acid down the drain. Our odor elimination product actually encapsulates the foul odors and actually destroys them.
So what about a window cleaner?
Well, our window cleaner is ammonia-free because ammonia can damage your window tint and lead to some streaking. We've got a great tire dressing and a light conditioner for the interior of the cars, which is water-based, and our quick instant shine wax.
Now, this is something that we would use once we've maybe went ahead and polished the car. This is like or the bike or whatever. This is like a maintenance.
This keeps it looking good. Great.
So, you can wipe off the dust with it, or maybe, some water droplets or whatever.
You get done washing the car, wipe it down with this, and it'll give it a great wax shine for 1 or 2 weeks.
Well, Nate, I mentioned the polishing part, and you have a great product here with Nature Shield that we can use to polish. Now, this isn't buffing.
Yes.
Can you kind of show me how this
well,
works here?
And your point on it's not buffing. To buff a car, it really takes a lot of skill. People have to become well trained with doing it. Polisher for the car, the home enthusiast, or anyone who wants to shine their car and bring the most out of their wax or their polisher can use this with very little concern about damaging the paint.
Now, is there a certain amount that you need to put on there? Or
Yeah, we'll just put a
quick shake in there. This comes in a kit too, which has a hand applicator if you want to do that, or you can just go to the hardware store and pick up one of these, and they're not that much. But you're going to show me how easy this is to do this, and we don't need very much, right?
We don't need much here, so if you'll just hold that for me,
I
Kathy.
can do that.
Okay. Give it a little rub on the paint.
Rubbing it on first.
Cover the surfaces evenly.
Okay.
And the abrasive in the polishing wax is actually plant-based natural abrasive.
Okay, so again, it all goes along with our eco-friendly line that we have
When
here.
this rinses off, it goes in the environment, it's not going to harm anything.
Now, do you need to buff it until it almost looks dry?
Get it close to dry
Or I
and
should
we'll wipe
say
it clean.
polish. And
Okay, and
there
we'll
we
use that
go,
blue
right,
microfiber.
right too, which also comes in the kit. There you
And then
go.
you just wipe and give it a nice little buff.
So once we have done this, like you said, then we can just come back to maintain and use our showroom finish that we have from Nature Shield. Now, Nate, you guys, we can get all this right from your website?
Yes, you can. Everything is available on the
Let me-
website.
let me check this out
Check that.
Wow, definitely nice.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I can even do something like that. You want to find out more about the complete line of Nature Shield products, eco-friendly. Keep that in mind. Just go to natureshield.com. We'll have more up next here on Performance TV.
This week's ARP quarter mile quiz question comes from Matt in Tennessee. Matt asks, why are parachutes mounted at an angle?
So that when the pilot goes out, it's at an angle so that the clean air will catch it, and then it'll be easier and more effective for the parachutes to blossom.
If you have a question for the ARP quarter mile quiz, send it to the address on the screen. If we use your question on the air, you'll receive a free ARP quarter mile quiz shirt. This edition of Performance TV, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by Carpenter Industries, Ford restoration parts since 1970. RockTech, innovative and modern, but built with quality and precision. Rodin Supply, we don't just sell them, we race them. Tire Cradle, the solution for preventing tire flat spots. And by Nature Shield, expert automotive detailing begins with our products.
Welcome back to Performance TV. Have you ever parked your car in a garage for a month, jumped in it, and you hear thump, thump, thump when you're going down the road? I travel all the time. I park my car in the garage, I get home from the airport, I jump in my car, I got flat spots on the tire. It's annoying, I hate it. The solution? Tire Cradle. Now, Laura, you brought these in today. Tell me about the Tire Cradle, how it stops that flat spotting of the tires.
Okay, great. Yes, we have tire cradles, and the way that this works is that they are 4 mats that are infused with memory cells in the middle. They kind of almost work like a memory foam mattress for tires.
Yeah, for your car.
Yes, absolutely. So when you park on these, the surface of the tire cradle will actually give to the unique diameter of your tire.
Yeah, allowing
okay?
the tire to stay in shape.
Yes. So it will prevent any flat spotting from occurring. It also absorbs for a temperature variance. Like if you have hot tires on a cool garage floor, that will cause flat spotting also.
Yeah, you probably in Florida, you got hot tires you pull in there, cool
Yes.
floor, it's gonna flat spot that tire right away. With these, it's not gonna do that.
Absolutely. That can become almost disastrous for a tire. So that's the way that they work. These are very easy to use, as you can see, because they are not curved. The front 2 tire cradles have a stopper, so you know if you're going to start to drive over them, and they are ramped on one side.
Easy to get up on, know
Yes.
when to stop.
Yes.
The back ones, they don't have that. You can drive up on them.
Yes, the back 2 tire cradles are also flat on the top, and they're ramped on both sides. So because of this, they are so easy to park on, and if you drive over them, you're not going to do any damage to the tire cradle.
Right, you can use them every day. You don't have to like leave your car in there for a month or over the winter season.
Yes.
You could use these every day and drive on them.
Yes, the tire cradles are tested to be fantastic for long-term storage, and they're also good for daily use. You never know, if you're taking your sports car out a lot in the summer, or your car that has low-profile tires, and it's raining for a couple days and your car's sitting, well, if they're on the tire cradles, then you don't have to worry about if you're going to develop flat spots.
Right, a lot of over the winter, people jack their car up, leave them off the ground.
Yes.
There's some negatives to that too, and this takes care of that as well.
Absolutely. That's not always the best for your suspension to have your car jacked up all winter. This, all you have to do is park on them and they work.
This is a great product, but you also brought us something else, something for the racing market. Kathy, what you got?
Well, I tell you, the tire cradles are definitely pretty cool, but one of the things I like to think about is safety. And I found this new product here with Laura, Orange Aid. Now, this is something you guys have just started to add to your line here recently. And I was taking out the roll bar padding that was in this car, and it's only just probably a few years old, and it gets really brittle. I don't see how that's going to help me with safety.
Absolutely. Yes, we have this Orangeade roll cage padding, and this is actually made from a blown foam, and the foam in the middle has give to it, but on the outside it's nice and a little bit harder. So when this gets warm, it is very good absorbing any shock if you should happen to be in an accident to prevent injury. In fact, this product was made with such a safety standard that we actually have a patent on the Orangeade, which has been fantastic. Also, because the outside is a little bit harder, it will not show as much wear and tear as the other competitors on the market. You can also see that it's a lot thicker.
Yes, absolutely. And I've already got one piece that we have started to put up here, kind of letting it set up a little bit with the adhesive, but we kind of cut it into place a little bit, kind of molded it around, and just even getting in with the X-Acto knife, I can just tell that this quality of product is completely different.
It is completely different. It is very bendable, especially when you're having a little bit more warmth outside, and it is very good and durable compared to what's out there.
That, and one of the things we see, it's extremely important, is our
Yes.
SFI 45-1
Yes.
rating. I mean, that's something that we got to have when we're
Yes.
doing this. And I did mention, we came through and we put the adhesive on, which does come with when you order
Yes.
two sticks. Takes very little of this to put on, and we didn't even have to use a full stick, of course, on our dragster cage here, but the rest of the pieces, 2 sticks will do this whole cage.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, this cuts very easily.
Yes, it
So
does.
it's easy to cut. And also, when you apply the adhesive, it takes about 20 minutes to set, and it takes 24 hours to be race ready.
And all I've done here, just to kind of help hold it, is just put some zip ties on, but once we're done, we can pop those right off. Don't even need to use them. Absolutely love this product. Laura, thanks for bringing it by for us. You want to find out more about it, you can go to the Tire Cradle website and click on the link for Orangeade. And that's all we have for this week's edition of Performance TV. We'll see you next time around.